All right, let's talk about it. Today, I'm going to show y'all how to make a quick pot roast. Now, look at the ingredients. Worcestershire, pepperoni, onion mushroom, beefy onion. You're going to need you a chuck roast. I like to use red potatoes. You can use whatever type of potatoes you want. You hear me? Baby carrots, caramelized onion butter, onion powder, accent, black peppercorn, bay leaf. You're also going to need some garlic powder, spike, seasonal salt, and also some all-purpose flour. Now, you see that? You see that? You see that? Don't y'all ask me for no damn ingredient list. Now, come on, because, baby, I'm ready to cook, and I am hungry. Now, for the chuck roast, it's really, really simple. It's not really a whole lot that you got to do to really make a good chuck roast, to be quite honest. I like to go pretty heavy-handed with the onion powder. I like to put that on first, and I like to make sure that I cover all sides. Now, while you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have your oven already preheated. I'm going to be doing this inside of my Dutch oven today. And I'm going to be cooking it probably for about 3 hours at probably about 300 degrees, to be quite honest. Now, you can, of course, make this in a crock pot. So before you ask me, yes, you can make it in a crock pot. TY, is it possible for us to do this in a crock pot? I just said, huh? Did you not hear me? Huh? Yes, you could do it in a crock pot, okay? So now I'm going in with my garlic powder. Now for the garlic powder, I'm not as heavy-handed, but I do like to make sure that I'm covering all sides. Essentially, all of the seasonings, I'm going to do the exact same thing. The only thing is that I like to be light-handed when it comes to the seasonal salt, because I'm also using that caramelized onion butter seasoning. And that also has salt. And as I always say, y'all, you can always add more in, but you can't really take it away as easily. So I don't mind being light-handed when it comes to the salt stuff, because I can always add more of that in. So now that I got that on there, I'm going to go on ahead, like I said. I'm also going to add in some black peppercorn, and then I'm also going to add in the caramelized onion butter. Now, this was my first time actually using this caramelized onion butter on a chuck roast, and I thought it was absolutely fantastic, to be quite honest. I was kind of worried at first. I wasn't sure if it was going to come through a little bit too potent. But to be quite frank, it honestly just makes it taste as if you added butter into like the gravy at the end of the dish. So I think it was a great addition, Chad. And although you're not seeing me do it right now, just know I add a lot of black pepper. I really love the taste of black peppercorn when I make it a chuck roast. Like, I really want that flavor to kind of really shine through, so I add a lot. And yes, I told y'all, I add accent to damn near everything. And for the 15,000th time, for everybody to keep asking, accent is nothing but a flavor enhancer. Yes, it's MSG. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. It will not make nor break the dish. It's just something that I simply like to add. And it's not something that I always do, but it is a great addition. Now, for me, I always like to go in with a light dusting of flour. Number one, it's going to help really seal in all of the seasonings, because before we actually put this in the oven, I always like to make sure that I do a light sear on each side of this chuck roast in my Dutch oven before I add in the liquid and all of that other stuff. Don't go heavy-handed with the flour. We're not going to be trying to fully cook it off. This is simply just to make sure that we're really, locking in all of that flavor and already building some great, flavor in the bottom of the pot. I'm going to put it about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, chat. You can use vegetable oil. I just said you can use vegetable oil. Now, allow that to sit on one side. Don't keep flipping it and moving it and all that type of stuff. Allow it to sit on one side. I say about maybe 2-3 minutes, depending on how hot your skillet is. And as you can see, we've already got some beautiful color on that. You're going to do the exact same thing on the other side and on all sides of the chuck roast. And then we can go on ahead and start to add in the rest of the ingredients. I'm going in with a few dashes of that good old Worcestershire sauce. Then I'm also going to go in and I'm going to add in the packet of the onion mushroom and also the beefy onion. Add both of those in. Now, as far as the water is concerned, I only add in just enough water till it comes to about the halfway point of the chuck roast. So that really is just going to depend on what you're using. If you want a lot of extra liquid, do what you got to do. I add in 1/3 of a cup of the pepperoncinis with a little bit of the juice. I would say no more than about 2 tablespoons of that liquid though. I add in my carrots. I also add in my potatoes. And then I like to go in with spike. And I do a heavy hand of the spike on top of those vegetables. Now I'm going to put the lid on this. Before I do that, I'm going to add a bay leaf to this. I'm going to put the lid on it. I'm going to put it in the oven. I'm going to bake this in the oven, all right, for 2 hours at 300 degrees. At that 2-hour mark, y'all, I'm then going to take it out of the oven, give it a little mix around, you know, see how it's looking, which you guys are going to see in just a split second. Now, at this point here, this is when I like to go in, make sure that I'm testing it, see if I need any additional seasonings, add in the seasoning, mix it back up, put it back in the oven for an additional half hour, and then it's done.
Okay, now look, it is late as hell, and I can't eat as much as I really want to, but baby, do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? My God, let's go in for a taste test. And yes, I am holding it with something underneath because it is burning hot. Look at how damn tender this is. Shit. Oh my God, I'm gonna burn my mouth, y'all. I'm gonna burn my mouth, I know it. Y'all want a bite? Y'all want a bite? Huh? What you said? Okay, here we go. Please, Jesus, please. Look at how the gravy thick. Oh my God. Woo! You know what? Let's talk about it. Because my God on today. Huh? What is that? My God. And for those of you that like your carrots a little bit more firm, if y'all like your potatoes a little bit more firm, don't add your vegetables in until it's at the last like hour and a half mark. I like mine real soft. So that's why I put mine in at the beginning. So if you want more firmness to yours, put your vegetables in at a later time. Okay? Goodbye.